Have you ever tried to convince your investor or your customer of your product or your service? Okay, I will show you. This is the secret of the elevator pitch. My name is Gerold Weisz and I'm a professor here at the University of Applied Sciences in Upper Austria. My position is to teach and to foster entrepreneurship here in Upper Austria. So let's dive a little bit deeper into this topic. Let's do a preparation. You always have to prepare yourself as it's best for the elevator pitch. Yeah? And what's the secret of preparation? The secret is first be prepared. Be prepared as it's best. You have to know about your topic and you have to say what your audience wants to hear. Think of your potential questions from the audience, because afterwards there will always be some questions of your audience, of the investors, of the customers, or someone else. Present only what you know. Don't present some things what you didn't know, what you won't know. Only prepare things what you know. Focus on what the audience wants to know and not what you know. Okay, this is the secret of an elevator pitch. Try to get a feeling of the atmosphere in the room. Prepare yourself. Try to get 10 minutes, 15 minutes before your elevator pitch to the lecture hall, into the presentation room, and try to try to create a bond, try to get a glimpse of the atmosphere in the room, in the lecture room. Avoid slang. Please don't use any slang in your native language, and create your stage. Remove all the barriers in front of you. Don't present behind a desk, behind a table, behind a chair. Remove all of them. Try to get the bond to your audience. Try to be open. And caution please, and be aware of that by PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a very useful thing, no question, but it's from time to time, or more often than not, PowerPoint is pretty much overloaded. So please try to do not overload this PowerPoint presentation, because it's a cognitive overload. There are three forms of an elevator pitch, in my opinion. I know some other experts say there are 5 forms of elevator pitches, or only 1 form, but for me there are 3 types of elevator pitch. This is the startup pitch, this is the investor's pitch, and this is the sales pitch. So let's go through them. The startup pitch. The startup pitch is only explaining your idea, only explaining your startup, only explaining just without any emotion. It lasts about 30 till 60 seconds. So this is a classical startup pitch, only to describe your product and your idea. Nothing special. The next step is the investor's pitch. The investor's pitch, investors more often than not wants to hear many more things than a customer or some other audience. Investors wants to know exact facts, figure and numbers. And it lasts between 100 and 120 seconds, about 2 minutes, few seconds more or less. And the third step is the sales pitch. The sales pitch is a much more difficult elevator pitch, because you have to convince your customer. You have to convince your customer to buy your product or your service. And this is pretty tricky. So let's go through them. For investors, for example, the investor's pitch has 6 layers. 6 layers means open with a problem or with a need. You definitely, or maybe you are solving some problems or need on the market. So open with this problem. Try to get or to put this problem in the mind of the investors and the audience. Or try to put a question in the first sentence. But the most mistake of a lot of pitches is that the pitchers or the startups are starting with my name is ... and my product is ... That's boring. Try to get a question. Try to put a question. Try to put a story behind it. Yeah? And then open with the story so that you can catch your audience. So try to get to tell a story. Try to put a question to the audience and try to start with the problem and with your product, with your solution and with your service. And then introduce yourself. This is the second step, sorry. This is the second step. Then go to the market. How huge is your market? How many customers? What is the market volumina? So tell them, the investors, that there is a huge market for them, that they are able to earn much money. The third step is explain the use case, explain the unique selling proposition. Investors always want to know what is this very specific thing in your product, in your service. Investors always want to know what's the USP, the unique selling proposition, and what is the use case, how to use your app, your product, or somewhat else. And the fourth step is explain your team. Who's going to found your company and which education do you have in your team? And the most important thing is, do you have synergy within your team? It makes no sense when 4 marketing pros are heading into the market, because it could be not that easy for 4 marketing. Try to have synergy within your team. Try to get a technician guy, try to get a marketing guy, try to get a CEO or someone else. So team is always a little bit more than a work group. Let's put it this way. Yeah? The fifth step is explain your investor the business model and the merit. They definitely want to know how to earn money with your product and with your service. And show them the market, show them the customers. Please be aware that you know the customer and the competitors in the first way as it's best. And the last step is, in this 6-layer investors pitch, is a call to action. Try to give them an offer. How many percent, how many money do you want from them, and how many percent are you willing to give them? So this is this call to action. So let's sum it up. It's the investors pitch, 6 layers. Explain them the problem and your product and your service. Introduce yourself. Explain them the market. Show them the USP, the unique selling proposition, the use case. Show them your team, that you are the best team in the world. Let's put it this way. Show them the business model so that they can earn money in the long run, and give them a call to action. This is the secret of an investor's pitch. The second pitch is only for customers. Customers doesn't care about things like, I don't know, like revenue streams and market volumina and stuff. Customers only cares about what's the use case and what is the USP, yeah? The unique selling proposition. Yeah? Start with the problem, start with the need, and then in the second step, it's equal to the investor's pitch. Then in the second step, try to introduce yourself. Problem or need. Introduction of yourself. Give them a glimpse about your product and your service. Give them a glimpse about the use case and the USP. That's the most important thing, because we as a customer, we are always thinking in USPs, in use cases. How can I use this problem? This product? What can this product solve? Which problems in our life? And then this call to action. Call to action could be everything. Buy it now, sign the contract now, or whatever. Yeah? This is the classical sales pitch for customers. Okay, to sum it up, problem or need, introduce yourself, give them a glimpse of your product and your service, give them a glimpse of a use case or the unique selling proposition, and give them a call to action. This is the penalty in a soccer match. And the third step is, because, okay, let's put it this way, investors more often than not don't want to have a business plan. A business plan is more often than not, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 pages. That's a lot to read. And you have to imagine that investors get hundreds of business plans a year. So in a first step, investors only wants to have a so-called pitch deck. And the pitch deck is, nevertheless, a pitch deck is a summarize of your elevator pitch in 10 slides. And what's the content of such a pitch deck? The content is: introduce yourself, like this equal to the elevator pitch, or give them a glimpse about your problem and the needs and the products and stuff. Then describe the team, give them a glimpse about the problem and the need. You can change it with the first position, that's not a big deal. Then explain your product and the use case, the unique selling proposition. Try to tell them or give them a glimpse of your customers and your competition and your market, the unique selling proposition, the proof of concept if it is a technical product, and at the end of the day, of course, the business model, how to be able to earn money with your product or solution. So to sum it up, a pitch deck is a short presentation in PowerPoint, in Keynote or whatever, with 10 slides, and here are the most important facts and figures for investors. Team, problem, solution, product, competition, market, unique selling proposition, proof of concept, and last but not least, the business model. So how to do in such an effective pitch? I want to show you a very good example from the United States of America, and now you have to look at this.
My name is Josh Light, and I'm the CEO of CupAd, and we believe that we have the most effective form of advertising available in the market today. Our advertisements are exposed to customers for 2,220 seconds on average. Now, what kind of advertising has that kind of exposure time? Ladies and gentlemen, we advertise on coffee cups. That's right, we put your brand in their hand. So how does coffee cup advertising work? Well, we got an advertiser. They pay us money. We produce paper coffee cups with their advertisement or brand on it. Then we give these coffee cups to coffee stands for free. Now, why does someone want to advertise on a coffee cup? Because it takes an individual 37 minutes to drink a cup of coffee on average. That person's going to have to look at the cup, drink, look at the cup, drink 20 times before it's fully consumed. And that person's going to move around like a mobile billboard, exposing that brand to at least 6 different individuals before that cup is drank. What's in it for CupAd? We make 13 cents of profit on every single cup that we distribute. And what's in it for the coffee stands? Well, when most people think about coffee stands, they think about Starbucks. But what about the 25,000 coffee stands in this nation that have plain white cups like this? They don't have the economies to scale to put their own brand on the cup. So we give them free cups. They save $15,000 a year by not buying cups. They like these savings so much, ladies and gentlemen, that approximately 80% of the stands that we've contacted have signed exclusivity agreements to distribute our cups. And what kind of momentum have we started for this company? The last month alone, we got 58 coffee stands in California to sign exclusivity agreements with us to distribute our cups. If we continue to get 58 coffee stands every single month, for the next 12 months, we will have 700 coffee stands at the end of the year. With 700 coffee stands, we can move 8 million cups a month. And at 13-cent profit, 8 million cups a month, we're making over $1 million of profit every single month. And we've already started this, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, our first customer, Overstock.com, will see their cups hit the California market in 21 days. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I hope you could follow a little bit my non-native English. But I hope you have a glimpse on what is the purpose of an elevator pitch, what's the purpose of an investor's pitch, what's the purpose of a sales pitch, and that there are 3 types of different elevator pitches. And so rock the stage, go ahead, and good luck. Bye.